FAZE is in absolute shambles right now.
Because a lot of people don't even know why I left FAZE. I wasn't even pushed out. I left. There's a fucking pedophile involved too, bro.
First thing I'm gonna say in this video is I'm not a pedophile. Rain is not talking about me. There, I got it out.
I've been fucked up over that pedo shit for like 2 years, bro.
It's a very heavy accusation. It's a life-shattering, life-altering accusation, and that's why it's so heavy, and that's why this is the first time that I'm speaking about it.
FaZe Clan was already in a weird spot after FaZe Banks got caught up in the crypto scandal with Aiden Ross and was forced to step away from the org a couple months ago.
Why am I down money? Because people are using you to sell. People are using your buy as like a spot to sell.
I'm down 12 grand.
It's okay.
There's no folding at all with this. I want to put this shit in the back. I don't want to talk about this shit. I'm hurt over this shit. I don't even give a fuck anymore, bro. I don't care. All right. I want to speak with Banks off stream and off stream only for the time being until there's something straightened out.
They're probably their most popular and well-known streamer. Max left FaZe for some mysterious reason to go do his own solo thing.
But yes, I'm leaving FaZe. Like I just say, I can't fully go into depth why I'm leaving FaZe, but I am leaving.
While other members have had breakdowns and struggle putting out content consistently.
And it's like, bro, I just don't know what to do with this shit anymore, bro. This shit just don't feel the same, bro. It's like, what do I do, bro? I'm so lost. Just so lost with this shit.
How old are you?
Chat, I'm gonna see y'all later, bro. I gotta take some time. I gotta take some time to myself.
But things have gone from bad to worse for FaZe as a whole, as OG FaZe members are having a very public and destructive back and forth, arguing about PDF allegations, after Rain publicly exposed Temper for sleeping with two 16-year-old girls, which led to the OG FaZe members going at it, disputing the allegations and facts. And the new FaZe members demanded separation from the old toxic group.
So I'm tired of this shit falling onto us and our name getting dragged down and all the work we've put in to build our group up to what it is right now because of old shit that we had nothing to do with.
To the point that they even put out an official list about who's FaZe and who's not. But I'm Jew, welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it. All of this started with OG member FaZe Rain basically airing out his grievances with the old version of FaZe, how he was done wrong by the old management of the organization and didn't get the money he should have gotten. And on top of that, he alluded to the real reason he left FaZe was because of PDFs in the organization.
I want to put everything to do with me and FaZe to rest, bro, because there is so much I haven't said. And honestly, at this point, bro, I don't give a fuck. I think I'm going to collect my thoughts tomorrow and I'm going to say everything, bro. Every single thing that I know, everything. And I'm going to collect my thoughts because I have an eidetic memory, so I remember everything and anything. You know what I'm saying? And there's bad shit. I'm just going to do it on stream. I don't give a fuck. It's going to come straight from the heart. So if people have other questions, I'm going to answer it too. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't even know why I left FaZe. A lot of people don't even know why. It was for multiple reasons. It was by being fucked over by my homies. I wasn't even pushed out. I left. There's a fucking pedophile involved too, bro. I don't give a fuck if I get sued. I could give a fuck less. I always stand up for what's right. That was the final straw, bro. I've been fucked up over that pedo shit for like 2 years, bro. But I haven't said nothing about it. I haven't said shit. Because somebody I grew up with, somebody I always loved. But I have fucking 3 fucking rules, bro. 3 rules, and I'll have your back. If you get bored and go blow somebody's head off, I'll have your back. Probably I won't agree with what you did. I mean, that's fucked up, but that's my dog. But bro, it's like the pedo shit, the grape shit, animal abuse. I don't got your back forever, bro.
Now keep in mind, these allegations are from years ago, before the new FaZe members were even introduced to the organization. With that statement basically leading the internet to speculate about who he was actually referring to in FaZe with these allegations. With a lot of people pointing to Banks, who jumped online to clear his name.
First thing I'm gonna say in this video is I'm not a pedophile. Rain is not talking about me. There, I got it out. I left FaZe a month ago and quit the internet a month ago, and for whatever reason, I keep getting dragged back into this shit. It's like it's by fucking destiny or where I'm supposed to be, I guess. I don't know, it's fucking retarded. But yeah, I'm getting fucking spammed in my mentions right now on Twitter, asking if I'm a pedophile, being accused that I'm a pedophile, being tagged in this clip from FaZe Rain on Fearbuck, talking about there's a pedophile at FaZe, and I talked about it, and these are all the reasons why I don't like FaZe and why I got fucked over by FaZe and how I feel, whatever, and I'm gonna get into all that. But the first thing that needs to be addressed is obviously this pedophile shit. It's a very heavy accusation. It's a life-shattering, life-altering accusation, and that's why it's so heavy, and that's why this is the first time that I'm speaking about it. I have to speak about it now because there's no fucking shot I'm going out sad like that. I'm not getting labeled any kind of predator, pedophile. Not me. Miss me with that shit. Got a phone call about a year ago from FAZE Rain, or a text rather. He's kind of going off just about all the reasons why he's upset with FAZE, hates FAZE, doesn't fuck with FAZE, because it's just been a long process, obviously, guys. We've been doing this, and there's a lot. It's very, very complicated, but whatever. Rain's going off about how FAZE has slighted him, and he brings up that somebody's a pedophile, and nobody gives a fuck, and nobody wants to talk about it. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Call him. He's like, Banks, don't fucking play dumb. We talked about this before. I'm like, Norden, pause. You're saying that FAZE Temper is a pedophile, which that is who he's talking about in the clip. I'm like, whoa, that's Tommy. That's our brother. This is who we started this FAZE shit with. I'm calling him. That was the first thing I said. I'm calling him, and I'm calling Apex, because apparently this is something Apex is aware of as well. Norden and Tommy, or Norden and Apex are the closest on the team, so obviously if Norden's gonna talk to anybody about anything and be transparent, it's Apex. So I patched Tommy and Apex in the call immediately, and we sit on this phone call and we talk for a long time. We were on the phone probably for at least an hour, maybe even fucking 2 hours on the phone talking about this. And Tommy's first initial knee-jerk reaction to all this shit was, what the fuck are you talking about? Norden, no, this is not what the conversation was like. You're misremembering, you're misinterpreting. Obviously, Rain is coming back, standing firm on the fact that, no, you did say this. I do believe that you did this, whatever. And there's a conversation that happened between Norden and FAZE Temper years ago.
Once Banks addressed it and actually put a name to the allegations, Rain came back with the full story.
When we got in the call, Tommy said this verbatim. He said, it wasn't a threesome with two 16-year-olds. Actually, it was a 17-year-old. So all of a sudden now it's 17. Okay. One was 17 and the other one watched. That's what he said. And then he started bringing up all these random laws. I don't even know these weird consent laws, like Romeo and Juliet, this, yada. I don't fucking know. I don't know what these laws are, bro. And he says some shit like that. And even Banks calls me after and he's like, bro, what the fuck is like up with that law shit that he brought up? So he knows he did some shit that was wrong. He knows that. He knows that. But it's just, I don't like the denying of it. And I feel like in this video, you're trying to paint me like I'm lying and making shit up and just saying shit to say shit when you know that's not the truth, bro.
That's crazy. It doesn't get much more disgusting than that. Admitting to other people or bragging to other people of sleeping with two underage girls. But Temper, who was accused of being a PDF, jumped on video to dispute the allegations.
The fact that I'm even having to respond to this and to that my name is in the same breath as the word pedophile is so sick, twisted, and insane. This is disgusting. Anybody that knows me knows I'm not that type of person. I am the furthest thing from what you called me. And I will never be that person. It's so mind-blowing that someone that I really built a brotherhood with, someone that I really considered a brother, that I invited to my baby shower, that I always looked after and took care. And then when you were going through your darkest days, I was there for you and I was making sure that you were good. When you were in a wheelchair for 2 years and like, I was so gutted at the fact that like you couldn't walk again. And then all of a sudden you were able to walk again. And I was the happiest person in the room. There wasn't a single soul that was happier for you than me. Brother, I have known you since you were 14 years old, talking to me about when you were suicidal in these Skype chats, and I was there for you then. And I've been there for you this whole time. You talked about how I rated you the other day, even though when you first brought this up a year ago, and I believe that you brought it up just for money purposes, that you wanted money out of FAZE. Like you stated that a year ago in the conversation with me, Banks and Apex. You stated if you don't get paid that, you're going to air this out. That is blackmail. This is not like, you know who I am. You know the type of person I am. I am not what you called me. I'm fucking gutted, bro, and I'm pissed that you even put my name in that light, because now all I care about is my family, bro. Like my biggest concern is my family, my wife, and my kid. Now my kid has to grow up and see this, then see that his father is in the same, that my name is in the same light as what you just called me. It's fucking sick. When I bring my son to school, right? And the other parents get to figure out who his dad is. And now they're associating me with that word. You don't even understand the levels of damage that you just inflicted into my life, into my family's life, into everything that I built. I have put my heart and my soul into FaZe Clan in ways that you and Banks and Apex know more than anybody. I brought you guys on because you guys deserved it, and I felt like you deserved it, and I broke bread with you completely. Split the company with you and made sure that you were good. And even at times where like you were trashing the company, I still stood out for you, and I still said he should still get paid. And I was looking out for you.
I'm sure everyone has their different opinions on how to handle a situation like this, but you would expect somebody with those type of allegations against them to come out and just straight up address the situation, outright deny the allegations, clarify whatever the story was, and just clear their name beyond a reasonable doubt. But he really didn't do that. It seems like Temper kind of talked about everything around the allegations without just straight up addressing them. He talked more about Rain and his motivation than he actually did just straight up denying the allegations, which led to Banks and Rain jumping on stream together to talk about the situation, which gives more credibility to what Rain was saying in the first place.
I talked to him. It's been a while since I talked to him. Me and Tommy haven't been on the best terms because of a lot of FaZe stuff and involvement and shit like that. Another huge part of the reason why I finally just like said, you know what, I'm gonna go my own way. His story does not line up with what you're saying.
The only difference in this story, by the way, is what, okay, again, brother, he told me 2 16-year-olds, threesome. And then on the call, he said, if I said it to sound cool. Do you remember him saying that? There's no way. There's no way. That's such a crazy thing to say.
Brain, I'm fried, brother. I honestly, like,
okay, so
it sounds like something,
it's not. Like,
I
remember
so dumb that it sounds like something I could hear Tommy in an unironic way, like, saying. Like, I don't know. I don't understand how that's cool, though. Like, that's the part that doesn't, like, I don't know.
I don't think it's cool either, bro. And I don't fucking agree with that. But what I'm saying, that's what he said. So insinuating, if he did say, I said it to sound cool, it's what he said. It's what he said. Whether he, for God knows why, he lied to me and said it was a threesome with a 16-year-old when it was a single with a 17 and one was watching. God knows why he lied and said it was a threesome. God knows why. Especially when I'm telling him how fucking demonic and evil that shit is and how I'll never have your back. That's what he said. It's what he fucking said. Okay? So then he goes in the call that we had after with me, you, Apex, Tommy, and he says it was a 17-year-old. He admitted it, bro. He did. And then he said, if this shit ever comes out, bro, I have a kid now, I have a wife, I'll kill myself. And you called me after, you're like, bro, he never talked like that. Please don't do it, bro. I don't want him to fucking kill himself.
I do remember that.
Based on that conversation and the confirmation from Banks, this was not a secret, and him sleeping with these girls came from Temper in the first place. And then after admitting to sleeping with somebody underage, basically emotionally blackmailing your friends to not release any of this information or you're gonna end yourself is crazy work and super manipulative. But after that stream with Banks and Rain, and Temper coming out with his first statement saying that none of this was true and Rain was just trying to get money from FaZe, he came out with another statement to actually address the situation and the allegations head on, which is a much different response than that weird roundabout response that he started with.
My private life is being aired out for public entertainment, and I'm being forced into an impossible situation. So now, one day my children are gonna see this video and they're gonna know about, you know, sexual experiences and the type of person that I was before I met their mother. And let's just start at the top. So a lot of what Norton was saying of the type of person that I was is true. Not all of it. I was a reckless kid. I was very misguided. I was in and out of relationships. And I didn't know any better, right? And so one day I met Emma, and Emma was the love of my life. Like this, I fell in love with this girl. And I wanted to marry this girl, and I never had wanted to marry anybody before that. I never wanted to get married. And I was just blown away. So this is the girl that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. But because of all the baggage that I had and all the shit that I went through and just the person that I was, I pushed her away. You know, she did not want to be with me, and she ended things, and that broke me and sent me into a dark, dark place. Soon after that, I was just that lost soul again, going to parties, partying, and just being a fool. And then one day I go to New York and I go to this club that's 21 plus, and I link up with a buddy there, and he invites a couple girls, and I end up going back with these girls. We're all shit-faced, and I end up going back with these girls to my hotel room. I slept with one of them, and I found out after that this girl was 17. And that's the age of consent in New York. But regardless, I was sick to my stomach. It was just extremely uncomfortable knowing that and thinking about the situation. And that was it. And so shortly after that, or however long after that, Emma and I got back together, and you know, I was fully working on myself and becoming a better man, and doing what I have to do to heal myself and heal like all the trauma that I had, and just work on myself on being a better man. And you know, not too long after that, I proposed. And a few months later, we found out she's pregnant, and now I realize I have a child on the way, so I have to put my self-growth in overdrive, because my child does not deserve to live a life where he picks up the bad habits that I had growing up. And so the last few years of my life have been on super fixated on just becoming a better man, husband, and father. That's been my number one focus, and it's something that I needed for myself. And you know, I wish that I started earlier. I wish that I didn't put the love of my life through all the things that I put her through, and you know, and then that was it. And so this allegation of me being called a pedophile is fucking insane. Anybody that knows me knows I am not a pedophile or even anything close to that, including Norden himself. So I just, this is something that is going to follow me around forever. And it's just sick, because people on the internet will take things and twist it into something that it isn't, and just keep running with it. And now I just have to deal with the repercussions, you know? And so that's the unfortunate part about this reality.
Again, he goes on telling these long-winded stories when he should have really put the last part first and just straight up addressed the allegations and maybe told the story behind it. But he did admit to sleeping with a 17-year-old girl as an adult, which wasn't illegal based on age of consent in that state, but still, no adult should be sleeping with a teenager, period. So if that age is true, does that make him a PDF? No. But like Temper said, once those allegations are attached to your name, they're there forever, whether you did it or not. And with all of this going on, the new FAZE members that have nothing to do with the OGs started speaking on this situation, one complete separation from it.
And I'm gonna tell you the main issue right now. The main issue is Yoxic, Fearbuck, Scuba Ryan, and all these clip pages on TikTok and every social media saying FAZE Rain, FAZE Banks, FAZE Temper, do this, do that. Stop putting FAZE in front of people's names who aren't FAZE. They are not in FAZE anymore. This has nothing to do with us at all. Zero. Like literally nothing. This was before any of us were even in FAZE. So I'm tired of this shit falling onto us and our name getting dragged down and all the work we've put in to build our group up to what it is right now, because of old shit that we had nothing to do with.
Lacey definitely isn't wrong about that, because something like this just taints the brand and the name as a whole. But the new FAZE was not playing, because they even ended up dropping a list about who was actually a FAZE member and who wasn't. And as if this story wasn't crazy enough, Rain dropped another video addressing the allegations, this time retracting everything he said after speaking to Temper's wife.
So I just got off a 4-hour call with Emma, which is Tommy's wife and the mother of his child. And she was so cool, so rational, so understanding. She was just, you know, pouring her heart out to me, venting and talking about how this has affected her life, you know. And that's what a lot of people tend to forget, is how much these things affect people's real lives. I know it's just Twitter to you guys, you're just weighing in on opinion. You type some shit, you move on, you type some other shit on a different thing. but it really does affect these people's lives, bro, especially when it's something this sensitive, you know? So please keep that in mind. But I do want to say this. I want to first and foremost retract the statement that I called him a pedophile, because that wasn't fair to do. By the way, I wiped my fucking camera. I don't know what the fuck is still happening. Okay? I wiped my fucking camera. I don't know what's happening. But it's not fair to label somebody as a pedophile, especially when they supposedly did not know this girl's age. I've known Tommy for 15 years. It's not like he ever went around preying on young girls or telling me he likes young girls or any of these things. So that's why I was such a shock when he told me what he told me. He just never told me that he didn't know their ages. If he did, it'd be a whole different story. It'd be a whole different story if he didn't know their ages, right? And I never would have felt as deep about it as I did. And I never would have wanted him to step down in 2023 if he didn't know their ages. I thought he did know their ages. And then even when we talked about it after, he didn't say he didn't know their ages. And I don't know why. Sometimes, and also I've known him, and then also with Emma bringing it up, he just sometimes sells the fucking bag. He just sells the bag when it comes to delivering all the right information. You know what I mean? He doesn't say it all the right way. You know, maybe he was frantic and just didn't know what to say or do, so he just withheld that information, which I don't think he realized would have not made me look at him in that light if he was truly ignorant to the fact that they were under 18.
That apology is too little too late after going online in front of the whole world and calling somebody a PDF file. Because there are going to be people that see that initial video and that initial drama that don't see the retraction or the apology, and all they know is he was called a PDF and that's what it is. Which is what Temper tweeted. I'm glad we can agree I don't deserve this label. Thanks for the apology, I guess. Thanks for ruining my life. And he's not wrong, because it's hard to shake a label like that. And this is another FAZE controversy that hurts the brand as a whole, especially the new guys that don't have anything to do with this, like Lacey said. But thanks for watching. Y'all let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Also, make sure you check out the next video, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram for behind the scenes and life stuff, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.